Ever since Marco Polo brought the noodle back from China some 700 years ago, pasta has earned its place on tables around the world. So popular did pasta become that by the 15th century it occupied a prime position in Italian cooking. From spaghetti to linguine, lasagna to penne, the list goes on and on. Pastas are generally made from semolina and water. These silos contain more than 30,000 kilos of semolina derived from durum wheat, a hard amber-coloured wheat. The semolina heads toward the high-speed pre-mixer, where it will be vigorously mixed with water for 5 to 10 seconds. This machine can treat between 1 and 2 tons of semolina per hour. The dough is extracted from the pre-mixer and falls into the first blade mixer, open to the air. Then the dough goes into this vacuum blade mixer. The mix is now ready to go through the brass molds. This one makes spaghetti, and this, malfada, very narrow lasagna. These are molds used to make lined shells, and stars for soups, as well as creste di gallo. The dough is injected into the molds under pressure. This rotating blade machine cuts some 12,000 rotinis per minute. That's 720,000 per hour. With the dough being still quite fresh, the rotinis are soft and will dry on this plate. Now we move to the lasagnas. The dough goes through this brass mold, and the strips of fresh dough, 107 centimeters long, are placed on these sticks to dry at 65 degrees centigrade. They dry vertically so as to retain their nice flat shape. After drying for 15 hours, the strips are then cut into 4. To minimize losses and make cutting the dry lasagna easier, scissors trim the dough pieces into equal lengths on the sticks. The long lasagna drying process begins. Once dry, the lengths of the lasagna are finely cut. They are now ready for packaging. To make other pastas, the mix has to be worked differently in order for it to have the required shape. The dough goes through this roller, which gives it the desired thickness. And now butterflies are formed. This mold cuts 7,500 of them a minute, a total of 450,000 an hour. The sheet of dough is 61 centimeters wide. It is produced in a steady stream and goes right to the cutting mold. The butterflies fall onto this conveyor to dry. Then they head towards the next production step. Certain short pastas, such as these butterflies and fusilis, have to be dried, so they're then put into this full dryer. Coming out of the dryer, the pastas are hard and ready for packaging. Here we see the ever-popular spaghettis being made. As with lasagnas, spaghettis are also dried vertically. Now this automated machine places the spaghettis onto a cutting table and breaks them into the proper length. The spaghettis are now ready for packaging. Exact quantities to be bagged are determined by computer. Then the spaghettis go gently down this chute. The amount of spaghetti going into each bag is transported and emptied out by this moving container. To make filling easier, the spaghettis are properly positioned by this chute. In just 1 minute, this machine can pack 10 4-kilo bags. Whenever needed, it can handle up to 60 bags a minute. This plant makes over 100 different products, and every day uses up to 360 tons of semolina. After all, pasta is a favourite meal the world over.